been lifting for a long time. I think we're ready to get back to football for real. So I think everyone's excited. I think everyone's excited to get to the dorms. I think everyone's started to get to practice for one.
I mean, what do you think about staying in the dorms again? I mean, was that a good experience last year that you're deciding to do that again, have everybody together?
I think you need to change your perspective. I mean, everyone thinks, I wouldn't say everyone would think that living in the dorms is kind of like, oh, we're living in the dorms, but we're close to it. We're cutting out all the distractions. You get to focus on yourself. You get to really focus on football and building your mind, building spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all through football. So that's how I think about it. So.
Probably given, but does that kind of help bring you guys together too in a way?
Oh yeah, so like after practice, after all the meetings, we go home or to the dorms and we play card games, we talk with our new roommate. I mean, yeah, that's how you build camaraderie throughout the team.
What are your goals, your personal goals for this year? Like, what do you hope to achieve as a player and within this defense?
Within this defense, so this year I want to do better than last year. So anything's better than last year, that completed my goal. So several tackles, several interceptions. I just want to be a difference on the defensive side and help us win games.
How do you guys get more takeaways?
We practice it. That's basically it. We go on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we practice takeaways, and we make it an emphasis on those days.
How's that going? Like, I mean, I assume you guys worked on it as players over the summer. How'd it go? How do you feel like you guys are improving there?
We definitely improved. I mean, it's been a main focal point in the off season. Like, we just take the ball away, give the ball back to the offense, and let the offense roll, and that's just how it goes. So that's been the focal point of this off season as we chase 3. So my emphasis this offseason, I definitely needed to gain more weight. I was playing at like 210, 212. I'm like 225, 230 around. So I'm sitting in that range. So that comes with like building up all that strength and all that muscle mass will definitely give you some confidence going into the box and being able to take on linemen easier and hit people harder and do everything that needs to be done in the box. So, yeah.
How close do you think you are to being the best version of
How close? That's gonna take reps, but I think I am pretty close. I just need to refine some stuff, get some techniques down. That's easy. That takes reps. That takes deliberate practice. But other than that, I think I'm pretty close.
I think you've worked with 3 different defensive coordinators. I think they all had different visions of the position you want to play.
Yeah.
How refreshing is it to be able to come into a season kind of knowing this is what I'm going to get to do? They're not going to move me around. This is my identity as a player.
It's a lot easier. I'm not confused all the time. So I know I can do everything. I mean, I can blitz, I can cover, I can play man coverage, I can drop back, I can tackle, I can get off all the blocks, but it's good to know that I'm in a designated position and be able to focus on all the techniques that I need to do and refine those techniques, like I said, to be the best version. I think that's what was holding me back. I had to think back on that because I was focusing on too much. I couldn't get all the techniques down. And so with this, I can just get my techniques down and I think I'll be good.
What was the turning point, like when you were like, yeah, okay, now I know I can run at this? Was there a moment with Coach Dvorak or with Coach Wright or Rule?
That's just belief in yourself. I mean, I think I've always knew I could have done it. I've ever since I've been here, I knew I could have done it. It's just obviously certain circumstances happened in the past. So I think this go around, as soon as they put me in that position, I just had to go and start fast. And so when I started fast, I mean, I did it, and then after I kept doing it repetitively, I knew I could do it the whole time. So like last fall camp was probably when I knew, like, for sure I could do it.
I'm kind of asking you to brag about yourself, but what would you say your strength is now in this current role? What's your strength?
Strength. Okay, so my strength, I'm definitely athletic. I'm fast. I have length to me, so that is definitely more valuable in the box than a lot out of the box, obviously. But I think I can do everything. I think I can man coverage. I think I can blitz off the edge. I think I can tackle, make blocks. So I don't really think there's nothing I can't do.
Versatility
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Talk about playing in 3-3-5. I know it was an adjustment to start that last year, and it can be a very confusing defense. How was your transition? Talk about your transition into it. How do you like playing in 3-3-5?
I love playing in the 3-3-5. There's so many aspects and so many layers to the defense, depending on what we call. So like many people don't know what's going on, and like for a running back to break 3 layers of defense, it's hard. It's really hard. It's not a normal defense, and I picked it up fast. I mean, I pick up defenses pretty fast. I mean, I've been in several other defenses. My dad literally baptized me in football, so like I know how to pick up coverages and all the stuff like that. So it just took a matter of time, and I picked it up pretty quickly, and I love the 3-3-5.
How have you seen the defense kind of as a whole? Just like, I know it's early, but kind of you guys played so well last year. What's kind of the standard you're looking to do this year? I
mean, we're gonna just chase 3. Like we gotta finish games. We gotta start fast, finish strong. Focus on the details like turnovers and stuff like that. We're always gonna keep the main thing. The main thing is stop the run. We have a bunch of other points that Coach White preaches. We're gonna keep doing those, and we just gotta. And then we just can't look in the past. Like that defense is gone. This defense is now, and so like we can't just compare ourselves back then. We gotta compare ourselves from right now. Like we have different strengths than last defense, and we have different weaknesses, but we're still going to harp on the stuff that we did last year. We're still going to improve what we did last year.
You're obviously one of the best pure athletes on the team. When you think of pure athleticism, who are the other guys that come to mind? Who are guys that can challenge you just in terms of height, weight, speed, all of that?
Tommy Hill. He's definitely one of the pure athletes on the defense. He just can do everything. He's everything you can ask in a corner. Ty is athletic.
Ty Robinson?
Yeah, Ty Robinson. He's fast for his size. He's really fast. He's really athletic. He knows how to get to the ball really fast. I guess I said that. And then I'd say like Jamari, John Bullock. I mean, everyone I can say for real, but I would say John Bullock, his speed has gone. He's actually really athletic for his size and is really fast. So, I mean, those are some names that I can really put out there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How much time a week last year do you think you put in with film study?
Whew. I think I was up there a lot. I'm a big film study guy.
It seemed like it.
Yeah. I was up there almost every day. I obviously had to take some breaks because like mental is, you have to take a break once in a while. But going up there after practice and watching film, I was kind of like, since I was so new to the position, I was up there a little bit more than everyone else. But I think film study is probably the key to winning. I mean, 80% of the game is mental. So if you know what the team is doing, you probably can figure out how to win the game. So that's.
What do you can I guess 2-part question. What are you looking for in film study, in particular? And it can be Can it be a waste of time if you're not looking at the right things?
Yeah, it's definitely deliberate practice. I mean, you should probably go to your coach first to just start it off with, see if he has any tips for you to do, and then you go through your schedule. You go through like first and second down, mixed downs, third downs, red zone, what they do in goal line. It's just all the other good stuff that you go through your checklist, and then after a while you start picking up tendencies. So.
When you change positions, did it sort of change in terms of when you play different teams, like you have the spread, you have your power off? Like, do you feel like you're in a tougher spot now because of what you're being asked to do week to week changes? So the film, you have to watch so much more of that to be prepared for that switch?
Yeah.
Works out with questions. So.
It's okay. I would say it wasn't that hard, just because I knew everything. So like when I was during that hiatus, when I had the blood clots and stuff like that, I studied all the positions, and it was so much easier to like pick it up once I did switch. And I just knew football. I knew what was going on. So when he asked me to switch, when I was watching film, I would like put myself into gift shoes or put myself into the safety shoes, the Sean shoes, and then it was easier for me to figure out what to do while watching film. So that was easy.
When you got to cover Nebraska's offense, who's your biggest challenge?
So I cover most of the tight ends and running backs. That's where they assign me at. Obviously, Thomas Fedoni is really good at route running, so he's probably one of the tough ones. I can name other names, but Thomas Fedoni is pretty good at running routes. So,
which running back do you think stands out route running-wise?
Emmett definitely, because he has a little wiggle to him. So like you have to kind of stay patient and make sure your eyes are right. So if your eyes aren't right, you're not going to get him, or you're not going to catch him. So.
And what about Vincent Shavers came in as a new guy? And
Yeah.
They talk highly about his spring. What have you seen with his body development and growth from spring to now?
He's definitely matured as a freshman from when he got in till now. So he's definitely a playmaker. I've seen it with my own eyes. He knows how to get to the ball. He has a really good nose for the ball. So developing him in the off season, he got a lot bigger. You got to keep he's a freshman, so you got to keep his head in the right space. But I think we did that, and I think he's doing perfectly fine. So should be really good this season.
How is this camp going to be different this year as opposed to last year? Because the staff was new.
Yeah.
You guys got on the field in August.
Last year, I think we were all like deer in headlights. So we're like, everyone was wide-eyed, like, what's going on? We don't know what's happening. Like, we don't know what to expect. I think everyone has kind of calmed down. Nerves are down. Everyone knows what to expect now. So all we do is attack. I mean, we have all the messages, everything it's already inside of us. So we just got to believe that we can and have the confidence that we can, and then we go. And I think that this off season we built upon that, and I feel like this camp is a lot different than last camp because we know what's going on.
Yeah, what did you learn in that camp that you can specifically apply to the next month for you individually to allow yourself to perform at a high level?
So, I mean, you learn deliberate, like it's just definitely just deliberate practice. So like everything is deliberate. So mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. That's why being in the dorms is so well, because like it takes out all the distractions and it lets you focus on what you need to focus on. So the technique physically you need to work on, you can think about it all day, you can manifest it all day. Emotionally, to get into the game, you can think about it, you can build up the energy for the practice. Spiritually, you can get into your Bible, you can get into everything and use that upon the game. Mentally, you can get into your playbook or look at film and watch what you need to watch. So all that stuff, that's what I've been working on, that's what I've been focusing on. And all those will add up to me being successful on the field.
Javin, Terrence Knight talked last month about the way Jamari stepped up as a leader,
Right.
like a big-time leader,
Right.
after the Michigan game.
Mhm.
What did you see from, like, what did you hear and see from Jamari?
Jamari's a prominent voice in the defense now, and a prominent voice on the whole team. People listen to him. He's a stern voice. And he really doesn't talk as much as you think, but when he does talk, people listen, and that's all you really need in a leader. He knows what to expect, and he knows how to get it done. So whenever he speaks, everyone listens and everyone follows what he needs to. Stern. Yeah.
Javin, the medical stuff that you went through, how much has that made you just stronger as you kind of advance your career at Nebraska?
Well, that's the mental part of what it comes into when we're locking in. So I know what I can handle and what I can't. But there's a lot of stuff that I can't handle. I can't really think on top of my head what I can't, because I can handle anything. So all those surgeries and all the blood clots and all this stuff has put me in a position today to be successful, because I've weathered the storm. I've already been through hell and back several times, and now that I'm in this position today, I'm mentally strong, and people can never take that away from me. I'm already mentally tough and maybe.
Did you lose a lot of weight in that process?
No, because I ate a lot. I love to eat. So, yeah. I mean, I would stay the same. I mean, I never had a problem when I was playing DB like with weight or anything. So, I mean, eating, doing everything I can to stay afloat was never the problem. But when I switched to linebacker, eating became a different schedule for me. But yeah, that was always the best.
What all did you go through?
For the past couple years, I had 2 labrum surgeries, chip bones, ankle tendon tears, MCL tear, 2 blood clot surgeries. It was a lot. I mean, it was nothing I couldn't handle. I knew that, but it just took some time, and it tested me mentally. So when I got into the position I am today, I fought to get to it. I was mentally tough to get through all that stuff. I believed in myself. I never gave up. So all the stuff that I preached, it all came to fruition. And now that I'm here today, I'm just a product of all the stuff that I just preached or said.
You ever at a point where you're just like, it's just too much, I'm done?
Never. With my support system and me and my belief system, I just knew that I was going to play football again no matter what. I'd do anything to get back on the field. That's what I said, and regardless of what step I was in my life. So that's why I'm here.
Out of all those things, what was the hardest one to overcome?
Definitely the blood clot, second blood clot. So it was during Oklahoma week. I was about to get on the plane, and I felt something in my leg. I was just starting to get back into football from the first blood clot. So the second blood clot came week 4, get Oklahoma week. Right when I'm about to get on the plane, my leg started swelling up, and then I was debating if I should tell anybody because I was starting on kickoff. and then my friend Chance, Chancellor Brewington, he told me you need to go see somebody. So I saw somebody, and they said it was another blood clot, and then he said, yeah, we're gonna have to get surgery. So I mean, like, that mental obstacle that went through my mind was like, I have a second blood clot. That's obviously not good, but that like minimizes my chances of playing. So this season, I was mainly about this season. I wasn't thinking about forever because that never crossed my mind. I made sure that never crossed my mind. So after I got that was probably the hardest one by far.
What's blood clots? What was the level of pain it does?
Level of pain, it was like on and off. So like based on blood flow. So it feel like at first it felt like a pulled hamstring or a pulled groin, and then it would stop, and then I'd be like, what the heck is the problem? But I'm like, I'm tough, I can just fight through this. And there's one point where I just couldn't move my leg anymore, so I got carried to the ER. So it felt like it was on and off pain.
Was that the Oklahoma game here or there?
I think it was there because we were flying.
Okay,
It was there, yeah.
And did you end up playing, or did you get on a flight?
No, I didn't get on the flight.
You didn't get on a
I
flight.
told someone before I got onto the flight, and they didn't let me go. Yeah.
Hey, Jim, this is unrelated. I was just curious, with the Pac-12, all these teams coming to the Big Ten, and you as an Arizona guy,
Yeah.
what's the contrast of styles there for some of those teams coming into the Big Ten?
They're all good teams. I mean, I would give them respect. They all have good teams. They just play a little bit of different football. They play West Coast football. So most of the time, they're spread offense. They're going to throw the ball, drag routes, just different concepts. Running the ball, I mean, the biggest difference is the box. So if the teams can adapt to the box, then, I mean, it'd be a good game. So beefing up the front seven that's basically it. Yeah. So they're just more finesse than in the past. They're more finesse than the Big Ten.
And what are their skill position players like?
Fast.
Yeah.
They're a little lighter than usual, or than us. Big Ten. Big Ten are a little bigger than most, but they're a little lighter than us. But they're a lot faster and they're a lot more athletic because they're lighter. So that's a difference. That's like the shallow difference for